Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Coded Challenge. My name is Azavel Eckford, and I work on the innovation and digital learning team. Today, I'm going to show you how to add sound effects to your 8-bit video game. Stay tuned.
Okay, so let's get to it. What we're going to do in this tutorial video is we're going to assign sound effects to a sprite. Okay, maybe a couple of pew pew sounds or a couple of dings. So first of all, let me show you the game that we're going to be assigning sound to. It's just a simple button clicker game that I made. It's really simple. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to maximize, then I'm going to reset the game here, and it starts playing. We press A, and as I press, bats come out of the A button. But I think it would be more dynamic if we had some type of sound that accompanied them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to assign a sound to the bat. Every time I press A and a bat comes out of the A button on the screen, there's going to be a sound that accompanies that, a sound effect. Okay, and it's pretty simple. So let's get back to it. I'm going to minimize here, and we're going to scroll down. So basically, this section controls what happens when I press the A button. Actually, all of this right here. This is what controls it. So essentially what this code is saying is so it says button pressed. So right there, when the button is pressed, when the A button is pressed, it is going to change the score by 1, which is up here. Okay. And then what it is going to do is going to set my sprite, which is the image of the A button. Okay, it's this, which is the A button smashed down. If I go over here, this shows the A button unpressed. Okay, so essentially what this code here is saying is when the A button is pressed, change the score by 1, meaning it's going to go up every time I press the A button. Okay, and this image is going to trigger the image for the A button looking like it's going to be pressed. Then this set projectile to projectile. This is the bat, meaning every time I press the A button, the score goes up by 1 and a bat will fly out of the A button. This is what this code means, and there are other tutorials that will go more in depth. I just want you kind of to know. This picture says that when the A button is released, go back to this image of the button unpressed. Otherwise, once you press A one time, the button will stay down. So that's just a little bit about that. Okay, but we don't need to focus on that because right now what we want to focus on is assigning a sound to the bat when it flies out of the A button. So to do that, what we're going to do is go to music. When we click music, we're going to grab this. Okay, bring that out here, and we're going to put that in between change score by 1 and set my sprite image. So now what this says is on the A button, when the A button is pressed, change the score by 1, play this sound effect. The button is going to turn to a smash down button image, and a bat is going to fly out of the button. And then when the A button is released, the button returns to normal. So that's what all this says right now. Okay, and when we get here, we can even change the sound. Okay, so right now it has a ding, but it has a couple of other different sound effects, and we'll kind of play with those. Okay, so let's just see the ding in the game. So if we go here to the left over here and we play the game, All right, we press A. Okay, so that gave us a ding every time that I hit the A button and the bat came out. You heard that ding, 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 ding. We can change the sound a little bit. For instance, if I wanted, let's see, pew pew, you know, like a laser. If I press that, it should give us a pew 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 sound. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna reset it. Press A. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much how we assign a sound effect to that. Now, there are some other things in here that you're probably like, well, what do they do? Okay. So for instance, let's take this out. I'm going to delete it. So now there's no sound. We have no sound again, right? So if we go and replay, I press A, nothing is happening again. There's no sound. Okay, which is what I want, at least temporarily. So now let's say we go to music again, and let's say you were to do this: play sound, and then it has the name of the sound until done. All right, because you're probably wondering, well, what does that do? All right, so now we have the ding. So watch what happens. Ideally, in a game like this, what you want to happen is every time you press A and a bat flies out, you want to be able to hear ding. And if you press the button 100 times, you want 100 bats with 100 dings. Okay, you don't want anything to prohibit that. But let's see what this does. Okay, so it's there. We press play. Press A. All right, I don't know if you see this. Now I've stopped pressing A and it's still going. Okay, so what happened was that ding was playing to completion. So let's say the sound was ding. The code was saying, do not move on to the next ding till the first ding has fully completed. Whereas the other code, what it did was it said, we're going to start the sound ding every time the button is pressed. So it might not get to the full ding. You might only hear ding. You get what I'm saying? So instead you're hearing ding, 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 every time I press the button, opposed to the full ding. Okay. This one basically says, hey, we're going to respect the full ding. You know, I don't care how many times the player presses the button, nothing is going to happen until we have the full ding. You probably don't want that. That will probably make make the user of your game unhappy. Okay, because they're trying to get a high score. They're pressing like 100 times, and out of the 100 times, they're only going to get a score of 20 because in that allotted time of 10 seconds, only 20 dings can possibly be played to full completion. Okay, so we're gonna take that. We're gonna take that out of there. Okay. There's another one in here that's kind of interesting. So this was the initial one. This is play till done. So we have loop sound. So now what's gonna happen is with this one is it's a loop. And ideally, what's going to happen is the moment I press the A one time, one bat is going to fly out. But you're going to keep hearing ding, 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 because it's just going to keep looping that sound. Okay, so let's see. If I press play. All right, I only pressed it once. I am not pressing it anymore, and it's just going. Even after the game is stopped, it's still going. Why? Because it's a loop. All right, we're gonna stop that. Okay, so it says loop sound. Okay, even if I had made it the pew pew, right, it's going to do the exact same thing. If I press play, I press A, I'm going to press it one time and it's just going to keep going. Watch. Okay, again, because it's looping the pew pew sound effect. Okay, so that's not what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Right, so if we go back to music, so you got loop. This one says stop sound. So that's just if you had some code and let's say you had a loop. At some point when the code reads this, it's going to basically, when it gets there, it's going to stop any sound that is playing. And this one stops all sound. Maybe you have some sound effects going and some music, so it will stop all sound. And if you didn't know, the way that the software reads the code is it reads it from left to right, top to bottom. So left, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So again, in this particular area, it's reading this. Oh, when on the A button press, meaning when the A button is pressed, it wants the score to increase by 1. This button changes to a smash button image. This a bat flies out of it, and when the A button is released, it pops back up. Okay, so again, see the difference? The button is down, the button is up. Okay, so 2 different images for the A button. And now what we're gonna do is, again, add the music in there. Sorry, not a music, but a sound effect. We're gonna add that. It's unactivated right now, that's why it's gray. But we grab that and we're gonna bring it right here, right on top. Okay? And now it says when the A button is pressed, increase by 1, play this sound when this image is activated, meaning when the A button is pressed. A bat is going to fly out to this sound, and when the button is released, it goes back up. And so again, let's check our game. I kind of like I think the pew 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 is a little more appropriate for this game. And by all means, try out some of the sounds, some of the other sounds, and see if they work for you. You know, I'll give you an example of a sound that I don't think works for this game, which is the bit crash. So we have the bit crash, and we go here, and we press play. Listen to the sound. That's what it sounds for 1, and when you're okay. So I don't think that's a flattering sound for that game. Doesn't really work. For me, I would choose the pew pew, or I would choose the first one that I had, the ding. But I don't know. I wish I had like a flap sound, but I'm gonna go with the pew pew. It's a game. Makes a little bit more sense to me. So again, now we play the game. Yeah, so considering the sound effect options that I'm given, that one makes me feel the most comfortable. Unfortunately, you can't really import sounds into MakeCode. Other than that, I would have definitely have made my own sound and imported it in, but it doesn't really work like that. These games are designed to be downloaded to microbit game player systems that don't have the best speakers. So if you try to basically import an MP3, it wouldn't be able to handle it. It would be too much. And the MP3 is compressed. So keep in mind, this is like technology or code from like the 80s. You know, it's not on the level of like a Call of Duty or a Minecraft. It's on the level of like Mario, like some of the first game systems ever created, like a Mario on the Nintendo or Atari. Those are the kind of sound bites that we're playing with here. So with that being said, that's our tutorial on how to add a sound effect to a sprite. I hope this is helpful. Oh, by the way, my name is Azavel Eckford. I am the music technician and I work at Evanston Public Library. Thank you.